G'day, guys and girls. Good to see you all. And I thought I'd just do this final wrap. It's been a long time since I've had 100% clearance rate with auctions, and that is the case today. 5 auctions listed, 5 auctions sold. But more importantly, it's not that they're selling. This is just a major turnaround in the market in Sydney and Melbourne. We are talking about prices that I believe are now close, if not to equal, at the height of the boom. Correct. These are the prices now that I'm seeing that were being achieved around mid-2017, which I believe was the height of the boom. There have been some massive results. Across Sydney today. I'm already getting agents telling me from Melbourne, we're talking properties that are selling 300, 400,000 over reserve. And it's really interesting because it just goes to show to me there are no fundamentals that really matter in real estate. It is such a behavioral marketplace. The behavior of other human beings affect the behavior of other human beings, affect the behavior of other human beings. The market is like a mind of its own. It just is this thing. And like I remember I'd gone to Europe. The market was dead. Geez, there were some bargains around looking back now. Those bargains between November 2018 and around May 2019, there was some incredible value to have been picked up. I mean, I saw a few blocks of 6s that had, one in Summerhill, one in Belmore, but those prices and have gone now. You're buying, and that's why I always say some of the best dialogue you can actually use to a buyer that's trying to blame uncertainty in the market as to whether they should buy. The only way that you can know you've bought at the bottom of the market is when the market has already gone up, because then you can look back and say that was the bottom back then. But by that stage, it's too late, because you'll be buying more than the bottom. So guys and girls, let me tell you, for those that are sitting here, Sydney, Melbourne, you're buying more than the bottom now. That's the truth. Now, no one can predict whether this thing is going to continue. And there's a small group of people that are suggesting that we're going to see stock hit the market now, volumes, because volumes is one of the reasons why we've got so much strength in prices. There's a view out there that maybe one of the things that will happen is stock is coming to the market. And I have to tell you, I'm looking at my own auction bookings and I'm pretty much, booked out as far as you can be booked out ahead, right? And that says to me that there must be strong stock levels. And does that mean when the extra stock levels come onto the market, these prices we've seen in the last month or so will soften? I don't know the answer to that question, but I'd love to know what your day was like. But it's really interesting as someone that's been in real estate now for 32 years. It's just becoming very predictable. Nothing stays the same. It goes like this, and then it sometimes stays like this, and it goes like this, right? And that's why you should never get really attached to the market, because it's not permanent. But what is permanent is your rituals. What is permanent is your habits. What is permanent is your process. What is permanent is whether you adapt to each market, and what you do is you fix the unmet need that's needed. In some markets, it's high-level vendor management. In other markets, it's actually working really, really hard at getting buyer commitment and urgency. And now all of a sudden, in certain markets, as Emil says, the market's the market. It's got a mind of its own. It's like a tree, right? Like a tree, and it's like the way you bring up kids. You can do the same thing to 2 kids and they just go out that way. So guys and girls, all I'll say to you is that those of you that are probably watching this that have stayed in the real estate market through some, challenging times because of less turnover, you now have to understand any mindset that you had in that market has now also expired. It is a bloody great real estate market, and it's a market that's going to reward the people that are spending 2 to 3 hours every day talking to people that are currently on the market or proposing to come onto the market or own property in your area that at some point they might be doing something, and that could be months, weeks, could be years. But as you all know, what's my story? It's not worrying about now, but playing the long game. And that's why you've got nothing to worry about. Because when you play the long game, you know that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Anyway, guys and girls, signing off. Hope you have a very great weekend.